Hey everyone, hope you guys are amazingly well. I am right now in the middle of a rainstorm. So in case you hear the rain, that's what it is, but it's actually kind of soothing for my heart because today I really want to talk about cleansing our energy and really diving deep into the things that are coming up for us to shift into and allowing ourselves to move through that. But the first thing I really want to do together is I want to take a deep breath. So if you're watching this video, unless you're driving, do not close your eyes, but take the breath with us. So I want you to just close your eyes a little bit, and let's get grounded right here, right now. So take a big deep breath in for me. And exhale it out. And give me one more of those, actually. Perfect. I think it's so important that as we continue to grow and expand in this spiritual evolution, on this pathway, in this world and lifetime right now, that we take the time to breathe. And sometimes the breathing is the actual exact thing that we need in order to shift the energy that we're going through. But a couple things today I want to talk about. So I just finished a road trip. I'm one way into the road trip from just north of Toronto to Winnipeg. So it's about 21-hour driving straight road trip. Obviously I didn't drive straight, so it took me 2 days to get here. But I drove on my own with my cat, and a lot of things started coming up when you have the availability to almost be in silence with yourself. So of course, I threw podcasts on. Of course, I threw on music. I made some calls. I did some things and all of that maneuvering and all of that space that we're in. And in that connection of things, I was able to really look deep inside of myself. So half the trip I didn't have cell service, which was amazing. And I was in between mountains and aligned with lakes as I drove through. So on one side was a mountain, on the other side was lake. And it was like this beautiful expanded experience. I am so grateful that I was able to drive this route, which I never knew about. And Google, as a gift, just took me down this pathway. But as I was driving, I really started digging deep into this next level of evolution for myself and looking at the things that are showing up that I need to clear and I need to expand into, and the things that need to heal. So I know for sure, because over the last few weeks, the year 1997 keeps showing up for me. And the scenarios of that and the parallels as to what's happening right now in Canada, in the world, in certain dynamics that were showing up in April, that I needed to go back into that year. Now I'm at my parents' place, and I actually lived here in 1997 in this house, and I'm sleeping in the exact same bedroom as I was sleeping in 1997. So I'm being called to do a meditation to go back into that year, to find the key that I need in order to step into this next evolution space. And why I tell you this is because in your life right now, this is showing up for you as well. And it may not be 1997, but it might be a scenario that you were in 12 years ago, or you were in 5 years ago, and it's coming up. Like you're hearing the people come through again, and you're seeing the visions of that, or you're feeling the emotions that you felt in that time, right? And it's now time for us to heal this. We need to go back in and do the work. And although, energetics is amazing, and although we have this capability to tap in, we are still in this human experience needing to go back and heal the trauma and heal the scenarios and forgive the people, including ourselves, in that time, and look at those emotions and work through them right now to get to the space we need to evolve in as spiritual and human beings. We need to get there because we cannot expand into the light lane or embody this next version of ourselves without doing that work. It is so imperative for us to do. And I feel like there's a lot of people, including myself as a human in this experience, I vibrate at a certain vibration. I can tap in, I can channel, I can do all the things, I can clear energy, I can do all of that. However, I still am a human here in this experience in a physical body that needs to evolve with my spiritual self, that needs to expand, and I need to do the emotional work as well. I cannot skirt it. And for a long time in my life, I skirted this situation. I wouldn't step into it, or I would, be disconnected, or I'd shove it under the rug, or my warrior energy that was like, let's just push through this, who cares about that, whatever, we'll deal with it later, was in that space of showing up, and it served a purpose at the time. But we are now at a breaking point right now of evolution, of our ascension energy and of our expansion, that we need to do the work. So where in your life right now do you need to step into this space to accelerate your expansion in energy? Where do you need to go back and look back and do the work in that environment? So as I was driving here, I was able to tap in and go, what is happening? And then the one night that I stayed in my car in the mountains, and you might be like, what? I do random stuff like this. And as you get to know me better, you will know this is part of who I am. And I'm all in for experiences, right? So as I was staying in this mountain, looking up at the stars and the moon and really tapping in, I surrendered, even more so than I normally do. And I just said, like, universe, God, spirit, whomever you speak to naturally, your angels, guides, allow me to understand the dynamics of where I can step in to serve next, and allow me to surrender to you completely in all avenues of my world, so that I can serve in the impact I'm meant to help the people I'm meant to serve. And then I was driving back, and, I have some great friends that were helping me through some of the stuff that was downloading, and I'd call them and be like, okay, this is what's coming in. Like, let's talk through. And it's all really about this next evolution of trust as well, that we have the capability inside of us as the warrior, as the empath, as the goddess, as the nurturer, as whatever it is that our energy is stepping into right now in this next level. We have the capability of healing and moving through this and allowing ourselves to be there, but we got to get the human out of the way and trust the alignment in this as well. So I wanted to jump on today because I think this is so important as we continue to grow and expand, that we start to do this work, that we start to really step into this space and allow ourselves to maneuver through. And it is just so juicy on the other side of this, and yet so raw and real and emotional when we're working through this. So I want you to know that if you are in this right now, which I imagine you are doing some of the work right now in this, or you've just done the work, or you're about to do the work, you're at a certain phase, because you wouldn't have been drawn to this video if you weren't. So I just want to encourage you, don't stop. Don't allow the self-sabotaging side, the procrastinator, the way your coping mechanism shows up to deal with this, to hide. Even we hide. I totally get that part. We hide. I want you to step in and embrace this. I want you to step in and open up your heart and bawl your eyes out and get angry and, go back into the scenes that you've never wanted to go back into, to look at them from a different perspective, because in that are keys. And I surrendered this morning. I woke up and it was like, you need to do this meditation. Now, I used to be a huge fan of Joe Dispenza back in 2018, and I believe his work is amazing. But some of his meditations weren't aligning with me over the last couple of years, and that's totally okay. But this morning it dropped in, and a while ago I downloaded and I purchased his Alchemist meditation, and something this morning was like, you need to do this meditation. So I did. I dropped in and I understood through this meditation one of the healings I have to do through my heart. And it is like a broken heart healing for me. And more so, not in a way of a relationship, but in a way of my relationship with myself. So I need to go now, drop into that today, to work through this energy of, why does my heart feel broken? And I get it at a conscious level right now, but I got to get into the emotional space, because I felt it so deeply inside of this meditation. And then my hands lit up on fire from this amazing energetic space. And I was like, okay, there's something here for me. And my job, because I've been asking for this, is to listen and to take action in the space now that is being given to me. And I will step in. I've got work to do today for sure, but some of the best work we can do is the work on ourselves. And then the rest of the work becomes so aligned and in a different energy, and it's placed differently. So with that being said, it's time, my friend. If you are on this video, it's time. This next level of expansion is waiting for you. Your light lane, the way you connect in the world, your impact, the business structure you're meant to serve in, all of this magical, juicy energy, as I goosebumped it out, as I say that to you, is ready and waiting for you. But you now need to take the action and be available for what's about to happen for you, and step in and believe that you are worth it. You are worth it. So there's your reminder for today. Hope you guys are awesome. And don't mind, I know the ring light's in my eyes, but it's so dark here. I was like, I need to have the light on, and I wanted to wear my glasses. So here we are. So enjoy the rest of your day in whatever capacity that is, and start leaning into this amazing vibration because it's going to be a cool ride once you do. So sending you out lots of love and light today on this gray day here, sunny day probably where you are, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day.